This is an examination of the hidden human condition.
This is the Hidden Killers Podcast.
The Hidden Killers Podcast.
With Tony Bruschi.
Remember Brian Walsh? He's the man. I hesitate to use that term with him because I think he really fits that description. He's the blob of flesh that is being accused of murdering his wife, and within hours of her murder, he was Googling how long before a body starts to smell, how to stop a body from decomposing, how to embalm a body, 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to, how long for someone to go missing to inherit, can you throw away body parts, what does formaldehyde do, how long does DNA last, those sort of things. What happens when you put body parts in ammonia? Hacksaw, best tool to dismember? The list goes on and on. Character is important. When you're Googling these things right after your wife is dead or missing, they still have not found the body, it does look a little bit incriminating. What also looks incriminating is your interactions with other human beings, and may not have anything to do with the actual murder of your wife. Brian Walsh found himself back in Massachusetts courtroom this last week for a virtual hearing on an issue separate from his wife's murder case. Walsh stands accused of killing his wife, Ana, of course, in the early hours of New Year's Day. However, this hearing revolved around a dispute over his deceased father's will and estate. Walsh's relatives claim that he stole money and valuable items from his father, Dr. Thomas Walsh's estate, following his death in 2018. This is what we're talking about with character. The scheduled hearing aimed to iron out logistics for the impending trial. However, proceedings took an unexplained turn when it emerged that Walsh's lawyer had withdrawn from the case in March. Don't blame him. This development appeared to catch Walsh off guard as he expressed his surprise during the hearing. Perhaps it was a misunderstanding, but I thought he continued to be my lawyer, Walsh said from an office at the Norfolk County Jail. I'm not in any position to make any decisions without the assistance of a lawyer. The allegations against Walsh paint a picture of a man who not only destroyed his father's will, but also sold valuable assets, including art, rugs, jewelry, and a car. Furthermore, relatives claim that he had been attempting to sell the family home in Hull, and dispute unfolds in Plymouth County Probate Court. Other family members have spent years attempting to force Walsh to provide an account of the assets that he allegedly took. Family members having to force him to do that. Sounds like a lovely guy. I'm currently incarcerated and I don't have access to the files, and I don't know where they are right now. Walsh said, in time, I will be able to organize them. Sure you will. While the probate court matter is set for trial in November, Walsh's legal troubles, of course, far extend that and the inheritance next week. Or this week, rather. He is expected to be arraigned in Norfolk County Superior Court on charges related to his wife's murder. And, of course, we'll have coverage of that for you. His indictment nearly a month ago include counts of murder, misleading a police investigation, obstruction of justice, and improper conveyance of a body. The disappearance of Ana Walshe on New Year's Day quickly escalated into an international story as her body has never been found. Brian Walsh faces accusations of not only murdering and dismembering his wife, but also actively misleading police during their investigation. The discovery of DNA evidence in some of Ana's personal belongings at the transfer station in Peabody raised further suspicion. Investigators also found 2 bloodstained knives in the basement of the couple's home, because who doesn't have that? Further implicating Walsh in the crime. Wednesday's hearing was the first time Walsh appeared in court since a February status hearing in the murder case. As the legal proceedings surrounding the probate dispute and murder charges continue, the intricate web of Walsh's alleged crimes and deceptions are coming further into focus. We'll, of course, keep an eye on that case for you right here and bring you all of the updates as they come in. Press subscribe so you don't miss any of our coverage.
This is an examination of the hidden human condition.
This is the Hidden Killers Podcast.
The Hidden Killers Podcast.
With Tony Bruschi.
If you want to weigh in on any of the cases that we're following for you right here, you can do so by calling us toll-free anytime. 888-5-KILLER. That's 888-554-5537. We'd love to hear from you and hear you in your own words. I'm Tony Bruschi. Stay with us.